Is it? Oh, it's going. Okay, okay. Alright, guys, we're here with
ChairGTables,
who is a guy with a lot of. You wear a lot of hats. You have a lot of interests. Game dev.
it's hard to describe nowadays, like
Yes.
what I want to do.
Yeah, yes, yes.
So most of the time, I just want to make games, and then I'm like, man, sometimes I just want to stop making games and just play fighting games seriously. So I try to do fighting games, but then I look back and I'm like, my speedruns are getting outdated. So I go back to speedrunning, and I'm like, I have to make those games. There's so much to do, you know? Like,
Yes, yes.
you know what's one of the things I'm most guilty about? Like barely uploading any YouTube videos nowadays.
Oh, that's right. You do the YouTube thing. You also do
Yeah.
Twitch sometimes, but those, I haven't seen you do that in a
Yeah,
while.
like it's so odd. Like if you look at my YouTube channel, most of what I upload now are just trailers to what I make.
That is true. Yeah, I checked it recently.
I feel so bad. Like there's so much content I could be creating.
Okay, so before we continue, I completely forgot this. I don't usually. If you look back on my videos, I don't actually do interviews or anything like that. So you might be wondering. I do a lot of Toho, a lot of Far Cry. You might be thinking, what am I doing this for? So I actually do know Chair through Toho. I talked about this in another video we recorded, but I should probably mention this. So when was it? The last year or something like that? Toho Fan Game Jam 3, right? There's an event. If you don't know what a Fan Game Jam is, it's basically you've got teams of devs. They participate in a competition, and they have to make a game within 3 days, and they have to follow some sort of theme, right? And after they make the game within 3 days, a bunch of people play them, like casual people or just or the devs themselves, and then they rate it and stuff like that. And so Toho Fan Game Jam 3, Chair makes a game called what was it?
Sumo Echoes. No, that's how Sumo Echoes Roach Stomping Mafia works. Yeah.
Okay, and so I play this game, and it's a fun game, and I was just like, I don't know what this is. It's a bit weird, but the gameplay's tight and everything's like that. And if you watch the video, I sucked at the game pretty badly. And then I didn't like I was doing the videos for the Toho Fan Game Jam 3 just for fun. I wasn't expecting much, but then Chair leaves a comment, and then from there I watched some of his videos, and I started catching some of your streams as well. I think the first stream of yours I watched was you're fighting Shake in Street Fighter 2, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that. And like you kept grabbing him, and I typed in the chat in all caps, "Stop getting grabbed," because it was just like I was just like, dude, just stop getting grabbed. Literally, you're only grabbing him. I was like, what is the guy doing? Just fucking back up, you know?
I love grabbing. It's here's the weird thing. I don't play grapplers, but I just love doing normal grabs.
I think you were playing like Balrog or something, and like Shake was complaining he had like a 1-frame grab or something like that. when I told him to stop getting grabbed.
In Street Fighter 2, it's so easy to get grabbed because all you have to do is walk up and press like a medium punch or strong punch.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah. And then from there, I just slowly kind of got to know Chair a little bit. And then at some point, I mentioned I was in Hawaii. That's where I live. And then she was like, dude, going to Hawaii. It was in 2 weeks or something like that. And then he said, let's do an interview.
SMH.
And I was like,
I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun today. I'll be honest with that. I'm usually very anti-social. I'm a hermit. I just stay home all day. But so we played some of Chair's games, multiplayer games that he's made. Super Combat. You'll see some footage of it right now. We played Chair's Toho Fan Game Jam 4 game, which was based on the theme that time was gay pride or just like LGBT pride, and the name of the game was I'll Never Lose the Cock.
Just being prideful.
You know,
it's pride in some way.
Okay, so like one of the videos that I watched of Chair's is the 2018 year in review of being a game dev. Are you gonna do another one? Do you think at the end of the?
Yeah, I do that every year.
Yeah, every year. Okay. And so that was the first one. That was the first. I mentioned this already before, but when you watch that video, Chair that you hear now, and the Chair that you hear in the video, not the same Chair. Not it's the same Chair. It's not the same voice. Because what was it? You lost the bet.
Yeah.
Tell me that story again. I like that story. What was the bet? What was the bet exactly?
Okay, so the bet was I I forgot. Well, what was the challenge?
Okay. This is a while ago. Like, when was this?
I forgot. It was in high school.
It was in high school. Okay, so
it was in high school, and
like
all I had to do
6 years ago or so.
Okay, I actually don't know what I had to do. I think it was fighting against someone in a fighting game, and I lost. Okay. So loser.
Were you good by then, or
huh?
Were you good by then, or were
no?
You...
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. Well, I mean, I love playing fighting games.
Yeah.
But I can't really get good results in tournaments.
Is it like you just crack under the pressure or something like that, or?
Everyone's just good.
Okay. Oh, I kind of get that. Yeah, like when I was in like track, like in high school, I was in track because I was the fastest one in my class, and then when I was in track, I was the slowest one on the team because I was above average, and everyone in track is just like right here, so like that.
It's kind of like that, I guess.
Okay. But so we talked a little bit about the fighting game stuff, and like I mentioned this for like so. You didn't grow up in America, right?
Well, I mean, Guam is America, but it's a U.S. territory.
Yes. But so you mentioned, was Guam where you played in the arcades? Is that it?
No, it's Philippines.
Okay, so before Char was in Guam, you were in the Philippines, and you're there what, 5 years? Is that what you?
Okay, so like when I still live in the Philippines, I did go to arcades, but it's not like in a very competitive sense. But this was when I already moved to Guam, and then I visited Philippines frequently, like every school break.
Okay.
And every time I go on a school break, I would go into the arcades and play there every single day.
Okay.
And the cool thing is, like, the arcade scene in the Philippines is like, there's a lot of people. It's mostly fighting games before.
Really. So when you go into an arcade, you don't see a lot of like
ticket redemption stuff.
Yeah.
It's mostly fighting games.
Okay.
So it was cool. It was really fun. Like there's actually like people lining up just to get a chance to fight against someone else. It's mostly on either Marvel vs. Capcom or Tekken Tag or Tekken 3.
What was your best one?
Okay, so I actually chose the more obscure ones.
Okay. Was that just because there's less people playing it, or just because it was fun to play like something obscure?
There's less people in line.
Okay. All right, I gotta get that.
There's people playing it, but there's less people in line. So
you want to play games when you're there. Okay.
Yeah. So I mostly play oh gosh. so I mostly play So have you ever heard of this game called Rival Schools?
Heard of it. Is that the one where it's like you're 4 people and then you rush?
No.
Okay, what was that one?
That one's Power Stone.
I was thinking High School Girl. Never mind.
Never mind. Okay, so Rival Schools is a fighting game developed by Capcom.
Okay.
It's a 3D fighter.
Oh, 3D. Okay.
And it's about this guy who goes to school, and there's a riot between schools, and then they all fight, and then they found out that the mastermind is from a student who holds a sword from a school called Justice High School. I already forgot the story.
Like there's a third school involved.
There's actually like 5 to 6 schools.
5 to 6 schools, okay.
And they're all fighting against each other.
What's your best game?
Yes. So Rival Schools was a pretty cool game, and it got a sequel called Project Justice.
Okay.
And Project Justice is so fun, but no one plays that game. So no one plays that game, but then
pretty easy to be the best when no one's playing it.
But you see, there's this one character that just looks like Aya.
Okay, Aya, for those of you who don't know, is Chair's little sister. Maybe I'll have a picture or something pop up for quick.
Yes. But this girl named Momo, she looks like Aya. She has the twin tail, she has the ribbons, her main color is pink.
Yes, I was about to say.
And she's actually the top tier character of that game.
Okay.
She's like the only character that you can play where the combo extends so long that you would go off the screen.
Okay. Here's the thing, like, I was actually set to see some behind the scenes stuff. I was actually gonna set Chair up for something, because I remember talking to him a little bit where he was saying like he was really good at, was it KFO? I think it was.
It's KOF. That's
KOF?
actually the second game that I played the most in the arcades. King of Fighters.
Yeah, I was gonna set him up to mention something that was relatively well known, I think, like that, and then you bust out rival schools on me.
Oh yeah. All right, so King of Fighters is the other game that I really love. So here's the thing about Philippines.
Right.
Philippines is like one of the home of the bootlegs.
Okay, yes.
And
yes.
King of Fighters is one of the easiest games to make a bootleg or pirate off of.
Okay.
So a lot of our arcade machines are not actually genuine hardware. A lot of them are just, bootleg ripoffs, cheaper boards made in China. So King of Fighters was everywhere, and King of Fighters 2002 like really caught my eye. Like, I saw this girl named Kula Diamond, and I'm like,
oh, it's a girl.
She's pretty. And no, I had King of Fighters 97, but
97,
I didn't really get into it. And then King of Fighters 2002 was like in the arcades, and then I saw Kula Diamond, and I'm like, oh, she's pretty. I played her, and then I kept playing her all the time. It was so fun, and the fun thing is, there was actually like a mini community there. There was a mini competitive community there
in the Philippines.
In that particular mall. This is back then when Facebook, wasn't like a big thing.
Right, and you couldn't use social media to
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was like just a community there that meets up from time to time.
Yeah.
And they just fought against each other.
That is what I want to learn about, because arcade culture was not something I ever had, especially here in Hawaii, but also just because wasn't born in the 80s, but so you had this community, and everyone would meet up, and it was just everyone just really close at some
No, here's the thing. At that time, I was still like a kid.
Yes.
So
what was the average age then? Was there like an average age?
Like 30?
30. Okay, that doesn't surprise me too much.
Yeah. So it's like one of my pride in being young back then.
Yes,
end of elementary school, early middle school, was beating people up there, and then they're like saying, oh, you lost to a kid?
Yeah,
I was really prideful about that.
Yes.
But looking at it nowadays, it's like something not really much to be proud of, it's not something to be amazed about, like losing to a kid.
Oh yes.
It's because kids have more time to play.
Yes.
Compared to working adults.
Yeah, some guy in his 30s, like he's going there after work maybe for a little bit to blow some steam. Mm-hmm. When you're kids, it's just like you get off of school at 2, and then
you could just play all day.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I actually miss about being a kid, was I could just play whenever.
Just having time.
But now, I gotta make games. I gotta go to work.
Was that Wait, keep going. Sorry.
No, it's all good. What's up?
Was there that thing in arcade culture? Because I don't know if you would have experienced this, because you only went to the Philippines during breaks or whatever, right? And when you played it, but I always heard about sometimes what people would do is that they'd go to other towns and play at their arcades to test the competition and to see where they stacked.
That's actually what I did.
You did that?
Okay, so what I did was, when I was younger and I always do vacations in the Philippines, I would ask my parents, can I visit another city? And I actually go to their malls and try out going to the arcades.
Yes, that's what I do.
And like I said, King of Fighters is pretty easy to bootleg. So there's always King of Fighters and other arcades. And Marvel vs. Capcom was like a big thing. So Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was like on every arcade. And there's always lines for all of them. And my favorite thing about going to other cities is just fighting against people, in a different skill level.
Because, yes.
Because, it's like, oh, there's this new guy that I could fight against. But the funny thing is, like I said, I'm not very good back then. It's not until like somewhere end of middle school where I tried to actually learn how to do proper fighting game fundamentals. All I did back then was just keep spamming the same combo or or just zone. Like, I was an annoying zoner back then. All I do is spam projectiles and lasers and try to find out how to space myself away from the opponent as much as I can.
Like, had you been playing Street Fighter 2, would you been the turtle and guile, basically?
Yes.
Or something like that? Yes. Okay.
That would have been me back then.
And so like yeah, I always want because I always heard about that happening where people would go to other arcades and like I was like that's gotta be like that sounds like a lot of work. It's gotta be a myth, but I guess it's real. But
yeah, but that was like our only choice back then before we had online game.
Yeah.
Especially in third world countries like the Philippines.
Yes,
our connection is really, it's horrible.
Yes, yeah. I heard about that. But like okay, so wait, what's the so you played rival schools because the lines weren't long. The lines not that long for KFO or KOF.
Oh, dude, KOF. It's not long too.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. So you're in Guam, and then you moved to the U.S.
Yep.
And so at some point, like, so I was wondering then, like, because you had all these interests, like, and then like I feel like the competitive fighting might have been the first one, but at what point when is like game dev become a thing? Well, were you like the same like as all of us, where we had the boyhood dream of making games or something like that?
No. I actually had different dream jobs before game development. So,
okay.
So living in the Philippines, there's actually these vehicles called the tricycles. Have you ever seen like a bike and then there's like a seat next to it attached to the bike?
Seat next, like kind of like a motorcycle with like a sidecar. Or?
Yeah, with a sidecar. Yes.
I've never seen this before. No.
So in the Philippines, one of the most common forms of commuting to other places is called a tricycle.
Okay.
This is literally a few cents for a ride.
Oh yeah, you pay someone to bring you. Okay. Oh, it's sort of like like a
it's a bike, and then you ride it on the sidecar next to the bike.
It's so ghetto.
And it's just a few cents. It's a few cents. It's not even $1. Just a few cents. If you think like in the Philippines, it's that's like normal payment. But if you convert that into dollars, that's just a few cents, and it's pretty cheap.
Is this something that you could do as like a job, like full time?
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Philippines is a third world country.
Right.
A lot of people are poor.
Okay. And so you're explaining like so there was stuff you wanted to do before being a game dev, and
yeah, one of it was a tricycle.
Yes.
that's why
I was like, where is this going? And then finally it clicked in my head.
That was my dream job back then.
I'm not judging.
I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like imagine it like you're a cool dude, like because there's so many of them that look cool. They had like shades, and then they had like
I don't know if that's for looking.
They had like a piece of cloth, and it's just like flowing as the air blows in. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
I was like, that's so cool, and I wanted to be like that. And then later on, I wanted to be the other form of common transportation in the Philippines called the jeepneys. So just think of a jeep, except it's long like a bus. So
it's open. So there's not
So it's like a jeep, but just extend the back portion like really long. So there's like you could sit on all of those.
Is that like cheaper than just making a bus, I guess, or something like that?
Yeah, it's like the midway between a tricycle and a bus.
Was this like you would go? Was it like you drive through like a fucking safari or something like this? Like,
it's a common form of transportation.
Okay, I'm not judging. Sounds like I'm judging. So it sounds like you really want to get
It's like a cheap version of a bus. Bus is usually more towards traveling longer distances.
Okay, that makes sense. So you're really into the public transportation industry as a kid.
Yes.
I guess.
Hey, here's a cool thing about it is that you can design your Jeep to look cool. There's actually people.
Is there like Itasha's?
No, not to that level.
Okay. I was thinking you would do that.
Yeah, but there's actually people that put Toho on the side of their Jeeps.
Yeah, I like that.
There's people that did that.
Okay, so after that, was it a phase or something? And after that phase,
after that, I wanted to be a carpenter.
A carpenter, okay.
I saw people like building houses. I'm like, I want to build a house.
Were you just like some dude who went along with stuff, and you're like, I want to do what that guy's doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
But hey, I think that this might be like what triggered my, like my mentality of I want to create something.
The carpenter one specifically.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden, I met this guy in
so my mental image though is like you like I want to be a bike work on the Jeep, and you get in the Jeep and then you're driving and then like you see a guy working on a house. I want to do that now. Like you just and then,
let's just say I don't want to be public okay. I don't want to do that anymore.
Okay, and you said you met a guy right after that. Okay.
Okay, I met a guy in second grade.
Okay.
His name is Bruce.
And we're still in the Philippines, right?
Yeah, this is still in the Philippines.
Okay, so Bruce.
And he's one of the weirdest guys I've ever met. And like in the point where he would always dip his fingers in ketchup.
Ketchup, okay.
And then always act like a zombie up in front of all of our classmates.
Was it blood or something?
Yeah, it's like supposed to be blood.
Okay, that makes
sense.
And
it's so funny. And then that's how I easily got along with him. But
because it's weird.
But he sometimes takes advantage of me and steals my homework and test papers to copy off of.
He's just a thug, this guy. He's just like
I want to meet him again and see how he is in life actually, because he's such an interesting person. And
wait, were you cool with that, with the stealing of the homework and the tests? Was that okay with you as a kid?
I mean, it wasn't cool, but I could easily forgive him. I mean, it's just easy. Like, what's 3 times 3?
And he couldn't do it.
Whatever.
Okay. And so after that, what happened?
And then like this, he's like the most crazy guy, and all of a sudden he told me his dream job was to start a bakery. I'm like, wait, that's so not in contrast with your personality.
It's very incongruous. Yes.
And then he started explaining it to me, like what's so cool about starting a bakery, and I said, that's actually cool. And then I wanted to start my own bakery too.
You're the most flakiest kid. I guess, yeah. I guess I kind of jumped around too. Okay. And then after that,
I moved to Guam.
Moved to Guam.
And then the school I went to was where I met the original lead developer of Lame Dimension.
Right. I should say, I forgot to mention, Lame Dimension is the development group that Chair is the head of. Yes. Okay. So you meet the head, and what grade are you in at this point?
I met him in third grade.
Third grade. Okay.
But it's not until 5th grade where we actually started game development.
Okay. Is that so at third grade though? Was there any interest then, or did it take until 5th grade?
In 3rd grade I became best friends with the guy who
the original head.
But all we did was just make games, and we made comics.
Made games and comics. Okay.
But it wasn't until 5th grade where, and let's just say, we were like big nerds back then.
Okay.
Well, I mean, okay, I am a nerd, I guess.
Yes.
But we were like easily picked on by people.
Oh, okay.
And I think we kind of wanted to. I think he kind of wanted to, make fun of them too, I guess. And so he made fun of one of the popular kids by making a game out of.
And one of the popular kids was picking on you. He was picking on you. Okay.
No, that one particular popular kid wasn't actually really picking on us. But I think we just wanted to pick on someone, or he did. I don't know, but it was really fun. It was really fun. I think that guy's really cool.
The guy you made the game about?
Yeah. We made a game called Stick Figure Returns. Yes. He did at first. He did it first. And then when I saw it, I was like, how did you make this game?
Yeah.
And then that's when he introduced me to the game engine called Game Maker.
Okay.
And then I started getting along with it. And then what's up?
So you're saying, but back in 3rd grade, you're saying you're making comics and games. So
no. Okay, so 3rd grade, we met, and all we did was just play games.
Oh, play games. Okay, you didn't make games. Okay,
we played games and just made comics. Okay. So it's not until 5th grade where, like I said, he just created a game called Stick Figure Returns. And then he asked, I said, it looks so cool, I want to learn how to make games too.
Okay.
So he taught me how to make games, and like all the time we would get together and just make any random game.
Okay. Where did the stick figure return from? Return to.
Stick figure returns. You know, it's just the
title.
It's a title of the game. The first game we ever made. It's just a game where it's you know that popular guy's head on a stick figure and you just shoot lasers out of your nipples.
Okay.
Or well, in the instruction manual we spelled it nimple.
Nimple.
Yeah, it's called nipple zap.
They're pretty far apart, the M and the P key. I'm just looking at my keyboard right now.
You just if you read all of the instruction manuals from games we made in elementary school, there's so much wrong grammar and spelling.
I guess it's pretty forgivable if you're at that age. Okay, so what's today? Today is August the 9th. So August the 17th, Saturday, Chair is working on a charity for children. The money will be going to, what was it?
Save the Children.
Save the Children. And the charity name, or not the charity name, the marathon drive,
is called Yuuto Ichika Saves Lives.
And what should we expect from that? Or what is being featured?
Meme games.
Meme game speedruns, right?
I don't know why there's so many Dragon Ball Z games that was submitted.
I heard about that, yeah. Are they all in a row?
It's by different people.
No, I mean, like, is it like the entire? Is it just like there's a Dragon Ball block?
No, I spread it.
Okay, that's good. That's a good idea.
I spread it around. But yeah, like, there's so much fantastic submissions.
What do you got? Like, Pringles also. Pringles game is the other one I remembered.
Yeah, and there's Wild Animal Racing.
Wild. This is on. What is this?
I don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is.
I just looked at it and it looks funny. 2 people submitted Wild Animal Racing.
2 people?
Yes, and then it's now a race. This is how we're closing the marathon.
That makes sense, actually. So you got and you also got 2 tournaments going on as well.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Puyo,
and Smash Brothers?
I believe, this, and everyone's like in their own like houses and they're streaming it from there. Okay, and also I believe that
some runs are gonna be performed live on the event as well.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, because some people that submitted are local, so they're just gonna go ahead and it's actually at my house.
Yeah, okay, there'll be links in the description for where for like the page where you can see this.